What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Ducks and Download, and in this video, I think I figured out who the last great Sith truly was, and why it's not Palpatine whatsoever. As many of you would know, I'm not a big Sidious fan, simply on the fact that he neutered and destroyed the Sith with his egotistical views. He didn't share anything, he refused to pass anything on, and he let the Sith die at his feet instead of allowing anyone else to wield that kind of power. So, in my opinion then, who was the last great Sith Lord, and why is it Darth Maul? That's right, our favorite horned Sith, the amazing Phantom Menace introduction for what a stellar character. Darth Maul is the last true Sith Lord. A Sith Lord, to truly be a Dark Lord of the Sith, is to have an apprentice and to teach them the ways of the dark side, so that one day they might overthrow you and take the role of Dark Lord. Even in just the rule of two by Darth Bane's standard, Palpatine never followed that rule. Maul, on the other hand, only ever had one apprentice at a time. He had his little brother Savage Opress, and when that didn't pan out well for a very brief moment, he kind of had and was really working towards getting Ezra Bridger. But he's never once had a multitude of assassins and apprentices and co-workers, or whatever you want to call them. They're all still Sith. They've learned the magic. They've learned the super secret handshake. Maul didn't do any of that. He relied on himself and the goons that he invented through his syndicate to really do anything. Like many of the ancient Sith before him, Maul was a conqueror, a true warrior. He not only was able to literally take what he wanted, but he was also able to then use subterfuge and shadow tactics to get what he needed, whereas Palpatine literally only uses political intrigue and shadow tactics, never once stepping foot on any battlefield. That's not a real Sith. That's just a politician with way too much superpower. Maul was willing to sacrifice anything and everything to get back at Sidious after he was cast down and just left to his craziness. His obsession with Obi-Wan, his obsession with taking down Sidious, he had the right mindset, and he even knew what was going on before everyone else. Let's not forget, in Season 7 of The Clone Wars, Maul is straight up telling Ahsoka the truth and everything, and had they just listened, they could have taken out Palpatine, no problem. Maul would have become a problem, though. Maul was a true Sith. And with this empire that he was building, this crime syndicate, he could have easily began then to take over other systems, other planets, and become more of the politician then as well. But he did it the right way, whereas Sheev Palpatine relied on money, and the previous Sith before him, Maul forged his own path. And that alone, I think, makes Maul a far better Darth than, honestly, Plagueis, Sidious, or Vader. They only ever did what the grand design enlisted for them. Take over the galaxy, destroy the Jedi, and then what? Nothing. Palpatine literally had the entire galaxy and then did nothing with it. Didn't expand its reaches, didn't go after the Chiss, which he knows exists. Did nothing with it. It's pathetic. Maul would never have stopped. Maul would have had the entire galaxy in his hand and found a way to Peridia. Like, Maul was not a quitter. Even when he had everything, his ambition led him to more. Sidious, I don't think actually had that. Sidious just wanted to be the guy who took down the Jedi and did evil stuff and made himself emperor. He had no interest in the dark side, whereas Maul has such amazing times of teaching Savage how to feel his anger, teaching Ezra how to use his emotions for good. Maul helped build Ezra into one of the first truly balanced Jedi I've ever seen. We're getting it now with Cal, we have Asajj, but this all starts with Maul. Maul was exactly who he lived and died as. Someone who refused to go down without a fight. And yes, even in those last moments, when he's looking at the man who took him down, Obi-Wan Kenobi finally laying him to rest. He's not asking about himself. He's not asking about Obi-Wan. He's just making sure, is this gonna be the one who will avenge us all and take down Sidious? So even his dying breath is the last wishes of a Sith. He's not asking about redemption. He's asking about pure revenge. And it is given to him. If a Force Ghost Darksider could ever exist, I hope Maul's one of them, to have at least sat there at that final moment when Sidious hit the bottom of that shaft and just point and laugh. Like, I hope Ghost Palpatine had to do with Ghost Maul haunting his ass the whole afterlife. When we look at Darth Maul's ability to conquer space, to conquer syndicates, his ability to take things and to turn them into an empire, a working, self-sufficient, cohesive syndicate, that's awesome. When we look at the way he was able to teach Savage, to teach Ezra, to impart his dark side wisdom on any that were deemed powerful enough to be an apprentice, that makes him such a better teacher than any of the other Sith we've gotten to know in the movies. It's that simple. Darth Maul gave his entire life into the dark side and to learning it and trying to conquer it. And with all of those amazing reasons, that leads me to just simply saying, of course Darth Maul is the best Sith up to date in the Skywalker saga and the last great Sith Lord that we know of to date. Well guys, put down in the comments while you're hitting like and subscribe, what are your thoughts on Darth Maul? Is he better than Sidious or not? And when you step back from just pure power level BS, who really was the better Sith? Let me know in the comments. Thank you all so much. Have an amazing rest of your day. And as always, may the Force serve you well.